All right, good afternoon and welcome to Sports Talk right here on the family station Love 101 FM. My name is Kathya Davis, your host, and today is July 12th, 2025. Kareem, I don't know if somebody gave you, uh, 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 what do you call it? A peek into my script for today. Hi, Kareem, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good over here.
Somebody gave him a script in studio.
No, man, remember some I love sports and so so we just a check and thing.
Maybe I need to keep since I have Kareem. Maybe I need to keep Kareem on for when I'm going to talk about Mason Greenwood.
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
me.
def. I'm with it.
I want your thoughts. All right, let me do the intro and then let me jump right into that. All right, guys. So lot you know me, lots of things happening in sports. Starting with Mason Greenwood on his way to represent Jamaica, could represent Jamaica as early as September in for the final round of the World Cup qualifiers. Of course, yesterday was a big moment for the Caribbean as it relates to the sports. And I know many persons might say, but they're your competitor, But in sports, as sports journalists, as sports analysts, we don't compete against each other. We just try to bring news and sports from our own perspective. And seeing my colleagues go through heartbreak, um, it was 2 hours and almost 30 minutes, almost 2.5 hours yesterday of just complete heartbreak for me. And Yeah, I have to say, because I remember as a child, as a young girl who loved sports, and the introduction of sports, the for Sports Max. But when they started the Sports Max zone, when they started that, I was still a high schooler actually, and I remember days and days I used to get home. I had training and I was involved in so many activities, but for me to be able to get home and get onto the Sports Max zone, I remember at that time it would have been Lance Whitaker and Simon Crossgill and Waver Hines. That's how the team started out. And then my girl came on. If you know who I refer to as my girl, Alexis Nunes, who is now with ESPN. Alexis Nunes came on, and I'm so excited because here I was seeing a girl and a young lady at the time, because she was I think just out of university, and to see her very passionate about sports as well. And then I think we had Alex Jordan, and then now Mariah is has continued the girl tradition on sports. But my heart goes out to all all my colleagues over there at Sports Max. Everybody, Donald, Ricardo, Janae, Ligier, Kimani, everybody. And I'm sure the future is bright. I know, because I work when I go to press conferences and post match press conference, and I get to interact with them when we go to games. It is always such a riveting discussion. So we go to track and field, go to football, every sport that we cover. It's been such a wonderful experience, and I know most of them, or even all of them, will move on to something greater, greater things. But to have something that served the Caribbean for so long shut down like this, I'm looking to see how we will now cope. I mean, there are a lot of things coming up that, I mean, to me, have question marks over them. CPL is almost here again. Not sure what's gonna happen in terms of broadcast rights for CPL, and that's the Caribbean Premier League, T20 Cricket League. Yeah, for those who are wondering what CPL is, then we have, just the regular things for us in Jamaica in terms of horse racing and, schoolboy football and Jamaica Premier League, Monday Night Football, and all of those things. Having now to find a new home, it's gonna impact if somebody doesn't step in soon. I mean, I think we're gonna be going right back to square one. Before we had Sportsmax, and I don't necessarily. That's not good. When I think about players and the clips that they would have gotten because they have professional videos of themselves playing. It's not just impacting the staff that is there, or that will, because eventually all of them made redundant. But not only the staff, but just the players as well. Everybody necessarily, wants to do an interview on Sportsbox, and we have to give kudos where kudos is due. They have been the standard as it relates to the streaming of Caribbean sports, and just being able to, as I said, for me to rush home to be able to get it on my phone, stream the Sportsmax Zone wherever I go. That to me has been monumental. And then when you talk about the other Caribbean countries, the SSFL in Trinidad, and you talk about all these leagues, the not only the sporting events, but the other events, concerts, and so on that they would have covered. I mean, it's really a big loss. And I know I won't see that team in the same place like that anymore. But for the time that they were on, they really did a spectacular mark. And, one of the things that resonated with me yesterday as I watched them close out that journey was, them saying, you don't normally see people ending their careers, or not in terms of the persons, but like a station or a channel ending its career when the career is at its peak. You don't normally see that in sports, like nowhere, whether it's sports coverage or a player. We don't see people walking away when they're at the highest, very highest point in their career. And to see that happen, it's very, very, as a sports lover myself, it's very heartbreaking. And at some point yesterday, I literally could not hold back the tears, because I'm like, this is it. This is the end, But as I said, phenomenal job that, Sportsmax has done. Let's not even talk about Olympics, because that's one of the things also that resonated with me. Sportsmax is the first station that allowed me, as a sports lover, to watch the multiple sports, as in the multiple disciplines in terms of sports availability for the Olympics. Because usually, our local station, the free-to-air stations would have brought track and field, and if a Jamaican is involved in something else. But you're talking about a dedicated channel for swimming, a dedicated channel for badminton, a dedicated channel for gymnastics and lawn tennis, and it goes on and on and on. And during the last two Olympics, 3 Olympics at least, they would have had the dedicated channels that you could get up and watch these sports, field hockey, and all those sports that as a young girl growing up that I loved and participated in, and softball and all of them. You were just able to just click on the thing and see the schedule, see who was playing, water polo, you name it, diving, you name it, rhythmic gymnastics, you name it. It was just available. And that's one of the things that's definitely for me one of the things that I will also miss. And just their great skills, as analysts over the years, being able to take stories apart, being able to hear from different persons' perspective. It's truly a loss. It's truly a loss, in terms of what they would have offered over the years. And we are hoping. I still think, even yesterday I was hoping for them to say, oh guys, it's not this anymore, but we're moving to this. Like I spent the entire time watching the thing yesterday, hoping that somebody would be like, it was a joke. Okay, guys, we weren't so serious. Yes, we're closing this, but we're starting a new chapter. Um, that didn't happen. I mean, we still have a few weeks to go, right? Because the channel officially closes down on um August 8th. And even though yesterday was the last Sports Max zone that they had. Yeah. I mean, when I looked up, because one of the things is that Sportsmax has this. They used to have this thing of upcoming events, and they'll give you, maybe they used to have it running the entire summer. You used to see all these things, and you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm looking forward to this coming back or this coming back," and to know that you're gonna have to find somewhere else, and it's not just in Jamaica. I mean, over 23 Caribbean territories, and not just English speaking Caribbean territories we're talking about, because we're talking about Dominica Republic. We're talking far and as wide as the station could reach. You're talking about the home for Carif, the games. It's and just the work that has been that was started by Oliver McIntosh. And it was sad to see. It was sad to see, and of course, came from Sports Max, the big marketing personality, no reggae boy ambassador, Tanya Lee Perkins, and all the work she would have done in marketing Sports Max and making it what it was when she was the marketing manager. And I know she still had close relations to those there as well. Why? Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those things that you wish didn't end. And know it has ended. You're like, where do we go from here? That's definitely how I'm feeling. And this is just definitely from the perspective of somebody who loves sports. I love sports. If you ask anybody, I mean, 99% of the time, I'm watching sports. Yeah, when I'm during my spare time, anything that I'm doing, and Sports Max really, really was an enabling factor in allowing me to be exposed to all the sports that I was interested in when I was be able to watch the Ashes series, whether down under or in England. I mean, whatever other cricket series, whatever, whenever when West Indies, when they used to carry West Indies tour of this or West Indies tour of that, I mean, it's, come on, English Premier League, UEFA Champions League. I can go on and on and on and on about the product offerings that allowed us, me especially as a sports lover, to be able to keep abreast and to be able to go back and watch again and to watch this series, or even recently or over the past few years, the introduction of the ANZ netball series. I mean, that wasn't something that was carried in the Caribbean before. And yes, it's all the way in Australia and New Zealand, but to be able to be up at 12, 1 o'clock and live sports is still available. Yes. Work well done. And as I said, all my love to all the analysts, all the young journalists over there. And, I'm just looking forward to see where they will go. And of course, what will happen next for us as it relates to sports in the Caribbean. So yeah, my love out to Sports Max and the entire Sports Max family. We're going to go for our first break right here on Sports Talk. We will be right back.
It's more than a race. It's a launch pad. The New Testament Church of God 5K Run Walk to raise funds for 100 scholarships for students from primary to tertiary levels. Step out in faith. Make every stride count. It's the New Testament Church of God 5K Run Walk, Saturday, July 19 at 6:30 a.m. Starting point at the Emancipation Park. Register now at runningeventsjamaica.com. Call 876-967-4903 for more information. As the New Testament Church of God celebrates 100 years in Jamaica.
Attention all campusites. Campus Connection, your student-focused radio program, hosted by Jonathan Fletcher and Anesta Samuels, is taking a break for the summer. We wish for you and your family an enjoyable holiday. So stay tuned, stay informed, stay connected, and get ready for a fresh start in September. We will return with more topical student issues. Walk on Pun Campus on Tuesday, September 2, 2025, only on the family station Love 101.
Wake up with the Word Box on Love FM, your morning boost from the Word of God. Brought to you by Word Intercession and Worship Center, the church where love abounds. Located at 7 Nelson Street, Maypen, Clarendon. We're on every Thursday morning at 5:45 with real encouragement and truth to start your day right. The Word Box. Fresh word every Thursday morning, only on Love FM.
Word in our hearts and the praise in our mouth. We are ready to.
Every Saturday, 7 p.m. to midnight on Love 101. You're invited to travel in time with music at its best. It's the Gospel Music Machine with the Gospel Music Master, Nigel Wilkinson. From your favorite choir music to Christian contemporary, a touch of reggae and the Caribbean feel.
The Gospel Music Machine with Nigel Wilkinson.
Nigel played the tune. Yep, the Gospel Music Master is still playing the tunes down alone. And he's definitely your music master. Saturdays, 7 p.m. to midnight. You won't regret the link. It's on the family station, Love 101.
That is all I need.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk, right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And I've decided to haul in Kareem into this segment of the show. As we speak about Mason Greenwood, I mean, a lot of persons have a lot to say, but officially it's been announced that Mason Greenwood will be making the switch from England to Jamaica, and right now, he's just waiting on his passport to be issued and for things to become official. Kareem, let me hear what's your initial thought, because as I was speaking on a program yesterday, I said it felt a little anticlimactic now.
Yeah. I agree 100%. That's how it feels. I don't know. I feel like what I will say, barring his background, all of them things, leaving that out of the picture, I think it's a good injection into the national team pool in terms of talent and all of that. But my concerns now are, does he have the time to gel with the squad before the next set of qualifying games? Are we still gonna have Steve McLaren as a coach? There's that as well, so it's just like there's a lot of things. So I feel like those things kind of all overshadow him joining the team now, and it's just like, bro, we've been brought along this journey of you coming and playing for Jamaica for the longest while now, and this is how it feels. It's like, okay. And then two, there's just because if we remember when Michael Antonio made the switch, and what's his name, Demarai Gray, when he made the switch, we were all excited because of the talent that they were bringing, and I've yet to see them perform for the national team. So it feels like another situation like that. It's like, yeah, Mason Greenwood is a lot younger, um, and I would say, looking at his talent, he's probably more talented than both of them. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's gonna come and fall into the reggae boy style of playing football, and then I can already see him. And I mean, no disrespect or shade to the Leon Bailey fans out there, but I can already see him coming and butting heads with Leon Bailey, in the sense that they will probably be very good friends. Let's go party, let's go here, let's go there, let's go whatever, and give me the same attitude on the field. And yeah, I'm not looking for that for the reggae boys. Like, yeah, for us to not go to the next World Cup would be a missed opportunity, because I don't see us, like, we have the easiest route, one of the easiest route in the last couple World Cups to get to the World Cup, and if we miss it this time, it's literally in our backyard. If we miss it this time, then I don't see it happening anytime soon again.
Yeah. I agree with you totally, Kareem, but I just want to I just want to tell the viewers, not a whole lot. I mean, Mason Greenwood, he's 23 years old. On October 1st, he will become 24. In the League One this season, he would have played 34 games, scoring 21 goals with 5 assists and only picking up 3 yellow cards.
Mm-hmm.
And that was playing for Olympique de Marseille. I mean, I agree with you, but hear what? I think for Mason Greenwood, he wants to play for Jamaica. There's no way that this process would have taken so long and for him to still be interested at this point, at this point. And from that, I will say he will be able to come in and make an impact on the side. That's my hope. And the truth is, it might not happen. The truth is, he might fall in the same category, unfortunately, as Leon Bailey and all these other players that they play very well for their clubs and they can't play when they come
For the reggae boys, yeah.
to the reggae boys. But I think part of that is also on coaching. So I can't necessarily blame
I
them
agree.
because
Yeah.
part of it is based on how they are played. For me, Mason Greenwood, I think, will play or will be best in either the number 9 role, or he be played in the role that Leon Bailey is currently playing.
Correct. I agree.
And my thing is either Bailey's gonna go to the left or he's gonna go to the bench. A friend and I were just discussing this last night. It's one or two things. And the truth is that if Mason Greenwood comes and starts scoring goals for the side, bye-bye to who not never scored the goals before.
100%.
Literally, after so many things happening with the squad and everything that would have happened at Gold Cup and leading up, we've yet to find ourselves a striker that will go out and give 100% all the time for the team. Mason Greenwood all coming in also. Will it ruffle some feathers? Sure.
Most definitely will.
But the feathers need to be ruffled. People need to understand that you're not a sure pick in the 11 anymore. You need to understand that you need to step up and play. And if, as I said, his commitment to wanting to continue to be, courted by us to come and play for Jamaica. I mean, he already knew that. One could already say, but England kind of write him off, so he wasn't gonna go play for. He didn't have to pick up international football and come all the way half across the world to come play for no Caribbean side that has not made the World Cup since 1998.
And also, he was currently playing in France, so I think he could have even by way of him playing in France, could have played for French territory if he chose to. So there's that.
Exactly. So I'm just saying, for me, that shows me his commitment. I know other persons are focusing on the outside things. And I will say this, as I said, as I would have said previously, I think the fact that, and this is not me condoning anything, but the fact that this is somebody that he's currently married to and they have children, let us stay out of big people things and focus on the football.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm not saying that he did or did not.
Did not, yeah.
It's not my place to judge. Honestly, that is not my place to judge. And who are we for us to be like, oh no, he can't? And we know some of these other players that we idolize have done and
Are
continue
doing.
to do the same thing. So
Yeah.
are we hypocrites here now? Or if you don't like Mason Greenwood, they can't say you don't like Mason Greenwood.
Exactly.
But don't try to use that argument against him. That's all I'm gonna say. If you don't like him, you don't like him. And we'll just call it a day and move on. You know, not everybody's gonna like everybody. Everybody has an athlete or whatever, somebody that they don't like. It's fine. You don't try to use whatever would have happened and the charges were dropped and all of that. So why are we laboring? And this, he's no Mason Green is gonna be 24. This thing happened from when? And he's obviously grown and whatever. I mean, older now and hoping will not make the same mistakes in the future. But come on, man.
I was having that same conversation with somebody from my church, and he was saying, you know, he's of course he's a Manchester United fan, but he was saying he believes that, because at first I was just like, no, Mason Greenwood, no, blah blah blah, we don't need him on the team. He's a woman beater, or whatever, allegedly. However, after having the conversation, he was just like, yo, you know, everybody should be entitled to a second chance. And I mean, if Christ could forgive us and continues to forgive us, then who are we to hold somebody's past?
I didn't want to pull the Christian card, but
we gotta pull it.
But do I have to pull the Christian card on them? Because
we have to. But yeah, he definitely
acting as if we're all innocent of things. Come on, man.
Like none of us are infallible. Like,
come on, man. Like,
yeah, he deserves a second chance.
Don't let that be the excuse. And if Mason Greenwood comes in and he doesn't perform, we're gonna be just as critical as we are to anybody else who comes.
Probably even more so critical.
Exactly. But my thing is, give him a fresh slate to come in and make his impact.
Yeah, but
because the truth is that in a Kareem, it cannot get worse than what we saw in the World Cup. We are absolutely at rock bottom in the crust right now.
Because I was just about to say, he's not even, like, adding Mason Greenwood to the national pool is brilliant. You know, it's cool. We have other options. But that is not the fix. Like, the team literally has no identity outside of us knowing them as the Reggae Boys. The team has no tactical identity, no footballing identity. So that's where we need to start. I mean, our midfielders can't even put a couple passes together to move the ball. We can't move the ball from defense to the attacking third without losing it and having to get it back. You know, so literally I feel like right now our national program is probably back at, not even, I wouldn't even say grassroots, because I'm not even the root with it. We're still in the mud. Like getting out of the mud to start planting the roots. Like that's where we are with the national program. Is Steve McLaren the guy to help us get there? I don't necessarily think so. But
I don't necessarily think so. But guess what, Kareem? I don't think we have no choice at this point. And
it's too late. Right now. It's too critical for us to change our coach right now. For him to come in and implement a new identity.
And we're hoping that we can make it, because at this point, as I've said on this show a few weeks ago, if we do not make it to the FIFA World Cup 2026, everything football should shut down in this country. And we
Yeah,
just call it a
defund
day
the reggae boys.
and make more investments in other sports that are shining on a world
For
level.
true.
That's what I'm saying.
Get a shot put at them the money. Get a discus fling at them the money.
Give somebody else the money, but not the reggae boys.
Yeah, listen, Kathya, I'm telling you 100%. If we don't make it to the World Cup, I will be the captain of the defund the reggae boys team. Because it would have made no sense to be pouring in all the investments, getting in all these sponsors. Literally, you know what's funny? When I saw all the sponsors coming on board, it reminded me of when I used to go to KC. One morning we were at the bus stop waiting to go to school, and a JUTC, one of the old white ones, drove up, and it was 2006 road to whatever, and I was just like, yo, this is like, it brought me back to that when I saw all the sponsors coming, and I was just like, yo, this is getting real. You know what I mean? This can actually, like, can you imagine, like, in our lifetime being able to say, yo, the reggae boys went to the World Cup? I mean, we already experienced some bliss with the reggae girls going to World Cup.
Yeah, but I mean,
Crazy.
the truth is that most of us in our age group, we're youngsters. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the last time I go World Cup, me did just born
For
1997.
the opportunity to be said, okay, I'm going to fly to Mexico, I'm going to fly to Canada, I'm going to fly to USA. I mean,
It's literally right there, yeah.
These are things that we do on a daily, monthly, yearly basis, things that we can plan for and say, Reggae Boys match. And, so to have that opportunity, or to be able to have that opportunity, I'm really hoping for our sake, for their sake, for the country's sake, for football's sake in this country, that when we get to September, start playing this final round of football with the addition of Mason Greenwood, that we get our ducks in a row to get to the World Cup 2026.
Because it will, if we don't, again, it will hurt everything in terms of football, even football as export. Us exporting talent, it will hurt everything. So let's see what happens with that.
Yeah, we're gonna go for a second break. Thank you so much, Kareem.
No problem.
I guess I'll say. Right. We're gonna go for a second break right here on Sports Talk. When we come back, it's probably gonna be cricket, lovely cricket. Let's see. All right, and then of course we have to talk a little bit about netball, and of course there was some Diamond League action yesterday as well. So we'll be right back.
Jamaica and its workforce are advancing quickly. Life-changing opportunities are arising. You need training and support. We are the Renewed Heart NSTA Trust, committed to providing new and emerging skills training and opportunities. Come to Heart. We'll help you claim your place in the workforce of the future.
Are you interested in what happens in the world of sports? Do you want to hear from athletes and coaches as they talk about their perspectives? Join me, Kathya, right here on the family station Love 101 FM for Sports Talk every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. That's Sports Talk 1 to 2 p.m. right here on the family station Love 101.
Every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. on Love 101. You're invited to listen to The Revival of Truth with Bishop Augustine Odie. There is life beyond the surface, life that is divine, life that is eternal, and you can hear the truth of God's word and go deeper in purpose. Revival of Truth with Bishop Augustine Odie, Sundays 2:30 to 3 p.m. on the family station Love 101.
Join the New Testament Church of God Centennial Convention, celebrating 100 years of gospel witness in Jamaica. Sunday, July 13 at 9 a.m. at the New Testament Church of God Convention Center, Rodents Pen, Old Harbor, St. Catherine. The speaker will be Bishop Dr. Gary Lewis, General Overseer of the New Testament Church of God. Listen on Love 101 FM as we will share this celebration with you. That's the New Testament Church of God Centennial Convention, celebrating 100 years of gospel witness in Jamaica. Sunday, July 13 at 9 a.m. live on Love 101 FM, the family station.
You're bigger, you're greater.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And last week, Saturday, at the Netball Jamaica's annual general meeting, they elected a new president, Karen Baugh, and she will be, she has been elected as a new president of Netball Jamaica. And of course, she'll be joined by first Vice President Simone Forbes, second Vice President Dwayne Gutzma, and Elaine Walters as treasurer. And of course, the executive is completed by 6 directors: Tashiki Salmon, Derek Brown, Karen Winstanley, Carlene Waugh, Suzette Townsend, and Denise Palmer. Of course, we know that under 21 Sunshine Girls are gearing up for the Netball Youth World Cup that will come up in Gibraltar, set to go off in September. And of course, we will hopefully next week we will have Karen Baugh on as we speak about her plans for Netball Jamaica. Of course, the Netball Elite League, that's happening at the National Stadium. I know there were some games last night, but I'll tell you the games that will come up tomorrow. Actually, the playoffs start tomorrow, where the teams in first, third, and fourth, that game will go off at 5 o'clock. And at 6:30, the teams in position 1 and 2 will play, and then they will move to the semifinals that will take place on July 25, and then the finals will be on July 27. I know for sure the Manchester Spurs, they continue to be unbeaten in the league, and I know they have made their way to the semifinals, as well as the Saint and Orchids. For sure, I know those two teams are involved in the playoff action in the Netball Elite League. So, yeah. And of course, the games happen between the Leela Robinson court and the indoor court. So if you want to take in some netball, feel free. I was able to go last week, Sunday. Yes, I was able actually to take in some netball last week, Sunday. I was able to watch the St. Catherine Racers versus the JPS Shiners. Now, the JPS Shiners are the under 21 team preparing for competition in Gibraltar in September. So I was able to see that match. The Shiners, they were able to defeat the Racers in that match. And then the second game was Manchester Spurs versus Kingston Hummingbirds. At the time I was leaving, of course, the Manchester Spurs, they were leading that game, and they were eventual winners of that game. So that's what's going on in the world of netball. Yeah, I'll keep you posted, and of course, you want to stick and stay with us, as hopefully we'll get the interview with the president on our next show. All right, moving on quickly. Cricket, lovely cricket. is in Jamaica, and after all the back and forth of light, no light, and will we have pink ball or we're not going to have pink ball or the whole shebang, the whole shebang, the actual whole shebang. The game actually just was just about to kick off this is the third test. West Indies is currently 2-love down in that test. We would have known about Australia winning the other 2 tests. Hopefully, the West Indies will be able to take some shame out of their eyes and win this game in Jamaica. Of course, the playing 11 for today's game is Roston Chaser's captain, Kelvin Anderson, John Campbell, who's a Jamaican, Justin Greaves, Shea Hope, Shamar Joseph, Alzari Joseph, Brandon King, the next Jamaican, Mikhail Lewis, Jaden Seals, and Jamel Warrican. So it's day and night. The second time day and night games being played in the Caribbean, but for the first time in Jamaica. So for the first time, we'll be having pink ball cricket in Jamaica. Very, very excited about that. Of course, happening at Sabina Park. Tickets are cheap, less than $1,000 to go in. And it's going to be day and night today and tomorrow. And then on Monday, they will go back to, the early morning thing, 8:30, 8 o'clock start. So yeah, as I said, that kicks off. And of course, coming up as well. So if you say, okay, Kathya, test cricket is so boring, which is not, it's very interesting. But if you think test cricket is boring, then more cricket will still be here in Jamaica, as 2 T20 games will also be played on the 20th and the 22nd. So you still have time to plan to go to cricket, support West Indies, and to support the Jamaican players. So I'm hoping that you will get a chance to go see. If not under the lights, then you'll be able to go to the first and the second T20 games at Sabina Park as well. And as I said, those games come up on the 20th and on the 22nd. And then the team will go on to St. Kitts, where they'll have games 3, 4, and 5. So if you're in St. Kitts, cricket is coming your way, but we're in Jamaica. So cricket is here, and we all have our reservations as it relates to how cricket, and I know some people, Coach Darren Sammy is not your favorite, but in spite of all of that, I say go support the team, give them the best support, show them, because I think this is one of the big things. Show them that Jamaica is still interested in the West Indies cricket, because it takes us jumping through hoops and all of these things to get games in Jamaica, which breaks my heart. Breaks my heart, because I think Jamaicans love cricket. So show them that we're not just supporting the team when they're only winning, right? Let us give them our support regardless. As I said, this is the second time pink ball cricket is playing in the Caribbean, and the first time in Jamaica. We had new lights installed at Sabina Park. I'm excited to see how long those lights would last. Yes. And we all know what happened at the Jamaica Premier League finals, or semi-playoffs rather. So, but we'll see. I mean, time will tell. It's now, we heard that, the proper test from the statement that the minister would have sent out. The proper tests were done, and the lights are in working condition. They have been passed by the relevant bodies. So we're hoping that the lights stay on during the test game. As I said, for third test, Jamaica versus Australia kicks off in just about now. So go out and support. Rally around the West Indies. Yes, we're full of energy. I think that's the or something like that. Something like that is the hashtag. I should probably just have the right hashtag. No, not yes. We full of energy or full of energy. That's the caption for the series. Yes, for this Caribbean series. Yeah. All right, we're gonna go for our final break right here on Sports Talk. When we come back, we're gonna talk some more sports. Stay with us.
Jamaica, your favorite gospel show on television, the Jamaica Gospel Star, is now on TVJ. God's people on the move. Tune in for powerful performances to lift your spirit and move your soul. 10 finalists, 4 elimination rounds. When the dust settles, only one will be left standing as the 2025 Jamaica Gospel Star. Sundays, 8 p.m. on TVJ. Powered by Sagicor. Building trust, one generation at a time. This Emancipation Day, experience a night of powerful praise and purpose. CC Winans brings her More Than This tour to Jamaica with Chevelle Franklin, Kevin Downswell, Prince Saj, John Mark Wigan, hosted by IT Ellis and Nadine Blair. Gates open 2 p.m., showtime 5 p.m. Tickets at select outlets island-wide or online at spuropen.com. Follow at More Than This Jamaica on Instagram for updates. CC Winans, More Than This concert with a call. Friday, August 1, Kings House East Lawns.
Wake up with the Word Box on Love FM, your morning boost from the Word of God. Brought to you by Word Intercession and Worship Center, the church where love abounds. Located at 7 Nelson Street, Maypen, Clarendon. We're on every Thursday morning at 5:45 with real encouragement and truth to start your day right. The Word Box. Fresh word every Thursday morning, only on Love FM.
Word in our hearts and the praise in our mouth. We are ready to.
Attention all campusites. Campus Connection, your student-focused radio program, hosted by Jonathan Fletcher and Inesta Samuels, is taking a break for the summer. We wish for you and your family an enjoyable holiday. So stay tuned, stay informed, stay connected, and get ready for a fresh start in September. We will return with more topical student issues. Walk on Punk Campus on Tuesday, September 2, 2025, only on the family station Love 101.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. We're in our final segment of the show today, and we're going to be talking some track and field. Yes, yesterday was the Wonder Diamond League in Monaco, and one of the things that I love about watching the game in Monaco or watching track and field in Monaco is how close the fans are to the track. Like literally, like the person in lane 8 is like they're running in the stands. It's a good thing. I mean, would be for me as a spectator. I'm sure the athletes, they really like it, right? Too close, and sometimes, noise and interference and all of that, somebody watching or cheering for somebody across the field, could be disturbing for the athletes. But I just love how the atmosphere of it just seems so close and so, closely knitted together. And so yesterday we saw a few Jamaicans in action yesterday at this Wonder Diamond League in Monaco. First, Megan Tapper, she won the women's 100-meter hurdles, equaling her personal best in a negative win, by the way, minus 1.1 win. She won in 12.34 seconds. And I mean, Megan's first Diamond League, and a few things have changed with Megan. She's dropped some pounds. She's also looked like she's slightly tweaked her hurdling technique, which sees her, I think, gliding over the hurdles now, rather than what used to happen, that she looks like she's trying to get to the hurdles. She's going over them so smoothly. And we're so happy Looking forward to her keeping this form. And making and taking this form to Tokyo. Would have known a few weeks ago, Megan would have run her personal best 12.34 at the national stadium to win the national trials. So she's on her way to Tokyo, and we are so excited for her. As I said, she had a very good race, and it was a very good field with Masai Russell and Devin Charlton. It was a world-class field. Honestly, great start from the USA. The only a few persons would have been missing, who I think would probably make it to the World Championship finals in, maybe Jasmine Camacho Quinn and Toby Amazon, and definitely Akira Nugent. But that field that Megan literally obliterated yesterday was a world-class field. Masai Russell, she has run 12.17 seconds since here, and I think Grace Stark has run 12.2 since here. So very fast. But one of the things I can say is that it's good and all to run a fast time when you're in your house or at your home track, but to go travel overseas and equal your personal best. And trust me, if the win wasn't negative 0.1 seconds, I think she'd have probably gotten down to 12, high 12.2s, maybe ran 12.27, 12.28. I think if the win was, in her favor, that's how fast she would have gone yesterday. Because trust me, she was flying. So yes, and then we also had another winner in the Diamond League that came through Jordan Scott in the triple jump. Again, his personal best, again winning another Diamond League, 17.52 seconds, making him the second largest jump in triple jump for this year and the largest outdoor for this year. Jordan definitely, I can see, as well has tweak his technique somewhat. He definitely looks smoother. If you guys know, triple jump is a hop, skip, and jump. His hop and skip looks as if that technique has been tweaked. And kudos to his coach. And 12.5, 17.52 at any major championships. I'd say guarantees getting you on the podium, and he still has days to go before the World Championships in Tokyo. And so, we're hoping that he would be able, after all these years, to get on to the medal podium, even walking away with the gold medal. Yes, yeah. We also had our triple jumpers in action yesterday. Raymond Richards. I think he finished fifth in the high jump, rather. So it was good to see, some other Jamaicans. Anjanette Knight, she was fourth in the women's 400-meter hurdles. Nikisha Price, another run under 50 seconds, 49.95, which is her season's best. So it seems to me that she's also running into form. Not sure she will make it on the podium, but I definitely can see her making it to the World Championship finals. And once you're in a finals, anything can happen. Once you're in a finals, I don't think we had any other participant. But the Diamond League yesterday was, a good. Having come off Prefontaine Classic, had two world records. Can we talk about that? Because can we talk about the two world records last week? How does Skip Yegan? How do you start your season in the 1500 meters with a world record? And then she bet. It's like every time they touch the track, it's gonna be a world record. So now it's from Mondo to Kip Yegan to Shibet. They're just gonna be like doing world records the entire season. I could especially in the 5,000 meters. I mean, for women, it's like, 'cause she was there, and it's not like it was it's very competitive field. As a matter of fact, the field that ran at the Prefontaine Classic last week could be the field that is in the finals of the world at Tokyo in a few weeks, right? And I mean, Segai was with her until about 800 meters to go, and she just literally just took off. It's like she was in another race. Oh, she was in a race all by herself at that point, and I'm like, "Mom, it's so." I mean, trust me, this athletics season is going to be a cracker. I mean, it has already been. Oh yes, Noah Nance, yes, he made his return yesterday to 200 meters, his first 200 meters for the season. 1988 didn't look too bad at all. So he is fit. He looked at a bit race rusty yesterday, but he is definitely very fit and rearing to go. And I could see that, like, I can see with a few more races, him, getting his race sharpness. Because the truth is that he is a defending champion over both 1 and 200 meters. So he has a ticket. So he doesn't have to go to the US trials. He doesn't have to go to the US trials to prove himself. So, it will be very interesting. Right. So just a final thing, Jamaica named their team to the upcoming NACAC championships. I mean, I think there have been some slight adjustments to the team, but I'll go through the team in the women's 100 meters. Was listed was Tia Clayton. We've now learned that Janelle Smith will take that place, and Jodine Williams. For the males, it's going to be Raheem Ford and Rohan Watson. In the 200 meters, it will be Ashanti Moore and Gabriel Matthews, while on the male side, it will be Christopher Taylor and Adrian Kerr. In the 400 meters, women, Dejanay Oakley and Stacey Ann Williams, while on the men's side, it would be Rasheen McDonald and Delano Kennedy. At the 800 meters, we'll see Kellyanne Beckford going for the female. And for the males, it would be Navaski Anderson and Tyrese Taylor. For the 100-meter hurdles, would be Amoy Brown and Karika Hill, while 110-meter hurdles would see Demario Prince and Tyler Mason. In the long jump, women would be Nia Robinson, and for men, it would be Kerry McLeod and Sean D. Thompson. High jump, both Raymond Richards and Romaine Beckford will represent us. The discus throw will have Samantha Hall for the women and Frederick Dakers and Chad Wright for the men. Shot put throw, well, on a shot put in only a women's representative would be there in Lodrika Cameron, and in the hammer throw, Nayoka Clunis. The triple jump for the women, Shanika Ricketts. For the men, it would be Jordan Scott. Javelin throw, Elvis Graham will represent us. The 4x1 team will see women, Janelle Smith, Jodine Williams, Ashanti Moore, and Gabriel Matthews, while on the men, we'll see Kadron Golson, Raheem Ford, Rohan Watson, Christopher Taylor, Adrian Carr, and Boaji Nkume. In the 4x4, for women, we'll see Nikisha Price, Dejanay Oakley, Stacey Ann Williams, Leah Anderson, Shakina Foote, and Renisha McGregor, while on the male side, we'll see Rasheen McDonald, Zandrian Barnes, Shamar Utah, Denana Kennedy, DeAndre Watkins, and Bovell McPherson. In terms of officials heading with the team, we'll see team leader Miss Juliet Parks, assistant manager Mr. Clyde Doyley, technical director Mr. Maurice Wilson, coaches Paul Francis, Gregory Little, and Marlon Gale. The team doctor is Dr. Paul Aden, and then the one of the massage therapists, Mr. Oral Thompson, and I hear that they are to add another therapist to the team. Yeah, so I think we're pretty much all the time now. This has been Sports Talk. Thank you so much for tuning into Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And we will do this every Saturday between 1 to 2 p.m. right here on the family station, Love 101. Don't forget to download the Love 101 FM app, whether in the App Store or the Google Play Store. You can listen to this as a podcast or any other show. This has been Sports Talk. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Every Saturday,